Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a love reading. So we're going to be looking at what is next in love for you, what's coming up in love for you, all of that. So I have 3 different decks for you to choose from today. Deck number 1 is the Murder of Crows Tarot, and I have all different kinds of rose quartz here. So for deck number 1, the Murder of Crows Tarot, I have this rose quartz star. For deck number 2, I have the white Numen tarot with this tumbled piece of rose quartz. Deck number 3, I have the Bianco Nero tarot with this moon rose quartz. So just a little warning right off the bat, the Murder of Crows tarot is a little bit creepy, spooky. So it's not super graphic or anything like that, but if you're not a fan of like creepy things, just keep that in mind for that deck. If you're new here, my name is Cheyenne and I am a intuitive tarot reader and witch, and I created this channel to share my love of tarot reading and to help others in their lives in some way. I do have everything linked down below in the description box, my Etsy shop where you can book a personal reading with me, my other YouTube channel that's more witchy and tarot deck related, and my Instagram. It's all listed down below. So I'm going to start off by cleansing the space here. So while I'm doing this, I just want you to take a deep breath, get somewhere where you can watch this video and really absorb the message and focus in on each of these decks and which one is calling you forward. We're really going to be focusing in on the tarot reading today. I do have some oracle decks that I will be adding to the reading, but for the most part, the main message is going to come from the tarot decks. So just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine the middle of your heart space opening up to me like a door so that I can see into your love life. Whatever is initially drawing you forward, is pulling you forward, is usually the best pile to go for. You'll feel kind of like a tug towards it. You've probably already kind of zeroed in on a deck that's catching your attention more than the others. If you feel like your reading's not resonating with you, you can pick another pile, or you can watch the whole video, pick up on what resonates and leave the rest behind. This is a general reading, so every little thing is not going to fit for every single person, but hopefully it's accurate for the most part. The timestamps will be listed down below as always for deck number 1, deck number 2, and deck number 3. And with all of that being said, we're going to get to deck number 1 here. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. You chose the Murder of Crows Tarot and this beautiful piece of rose quartz shaped like a star. So we want to look at what's coming up next for you in your love life. What do you have to look forward to? What's gonna be coming around in that part of your life in the upcoming future? So we're going to look at that. So I'm going to start off by shuffling this deck and pulling some cards so we can get an overall view of what's coming up in your love life. All right, I want to start off with these 4 cards. So what's next in love? We have the 3 of Wands. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have the Moon. So there's a lot of options coming up for you in love. A lot of options. So with the 3 of Wands and the 7 of Cups, there is going to be a lot for you to think about. So with the 7 of Cups especially, the 7 of Cups is about lots of different options, daydreaming, thinking about all of it. So in your love life upcoming for you, you're going to have a lot of things to think about. So I feel like there are multiple people that you're thinking of right now that you could possibly be with the Seven of Cups. And you're kind of going through all of these scenarios in your head, thinking about all of these fantasies and, you know, playing through them all in your head and seeing kind of what's the best fit. I see you going towards love in a new way with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands, like if we think about the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands is all about planning and looking at everything that's available to us. And the Three of Wands is about going towards that. So I feel like you're in a place, you're going to be in a place where you're wanting to pursue love actively. But first you're thinking about all of these different things and what that means to you. We also have the Six of Cups, which is about the past. So there might be somebody coming up in your love life that is from your past, right? But there's going to be, with the Moon card here, there's going to be things that you're not quite sure of, right? The Moon card's about illusions. It's about mystery. So I feel like there's going to be some things that seem a little bit off in your love life. When you're kind of looking at all these options, you'll kind of feel like there's something off. And I don't know if that's because of this person from the past, that you're kind of like maybe comparing people to that, or, you know, something along those lines. But you're really going to have to listen to your intuition at this time. Listen to what your gut is telling you when you're trying to make a decision of who you're going to go for. I love that we have these kind of two crows in the Moon card, because it's almost like having to face yourself, having to face unknown things, right? It's like things aren't always what they seem. And I feel like that's something you'll have to come to terms with, you'll have to confront. And I also think it's interesting that the crow is looking in the mirror here of the past. There's something from your past you're going to have to face and come to terms with to be able to move forward in love here. So there is some self-work here that definitely needs to be done. Not just, you know, going forward with your love life. I think there needs to be some internal reflection here. Yeah, there's something coming up from the past. So again, it could be a person coming back from the past, but I also feel like it might be just past experiences, past traumas, whatever it is that are affecting your current situation. Like, I feel like maybe the way that you view the world is kind of distorted. You know, the Moon card also talks about, like, again, it's like that illusion. Like, if you think about being out during moonlight, right, when it's dark outside and the only thing that you can see by is the moon, things might look a little bit differently. Like, our eyes play tricks on us and things like that. So I feel like that's kind of the same thing here with your love life. There's something from your past, like, playing a trick on you and causing you to view things a certain way that I feel like are slightly harmful. I will say there are newer connections for you that are better than old ones. Okay, the underlying energy here is the Ace of Pentacles, so there's going to be a new opportunity here. You're going to be presented with an opportunity that's different, that's new. Same here with the Three of Wands. It's embarking on a new journey. And I feel like that's the best path for you to take, is to go with this new opportunity, this new shiny thing. Even though it might feel like that's scary, right? We have to face a lot of our demons, a lot of our past. We have to come to terms with our past and maybe not go to that same route again. But it's important to listen to your intuition. What is your gut telling you? Why are you going over and over and over in your mind again, thinking about all the different scenarios? Why? You know, listen to that. Look at that. Analyze that and see why you're feeling that way. So yeah, a lot of exciting things coming up in love for you. I feel like there's going to be a lot of new experiences, new feelings, new adventures. But I definitely see an inner journey as well, trying to figure out what's going on within yourself. and how that's affecting you. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards now. Let's see what else we can get. Okay, so, okay, so this is really interesting. So we have Eye of the Needle, intentionality, fire, and a win-win outcome is forecast. So with intentionality, I think that makes a lot of sense for you, because you are thinking so hard about your current love life and lineup and the people that are in your love life. And when you go towards them with the Three of Wands, you're going towards it with intention. And I think that is where things are going to be more successful than they have been in the past, because you are going towards things with this intentional nature, right? I love fire here because I think that's important to you. Okay, there's going to be, if you have felt lacking in the passion part of your love life, I feel like that the fire card showing up here is a good sign that that is what's going to be coming up for you in love, is that fire, that passion, that lust, that, you know, sexual attraction that maybe you have lacked in the past, right? And I feel like, you know, maybe you're thinking a little bit more practically, and again, with the past coming up, I feel like maybe you think you're not worthy of a connection like this, or something is coming up for that, but you are worthy and deserving of that. And I love that a win-win outcome is forecast, because I think whatever decision you make here, I think you're in this place of intentionality and really thinking about how this is going to affect you, that no matter what choice you make here, it's going to be the right choice, because you're thinking about your well-being and what you truly want. So this is looking really, really good in your love life for what's coming up next. I see a lot of fire, a lot of, you know, I love that that Libra is showing up here for that balance, and, you know, the full moon. So, you know, full moon energy is very, very much about reflection. It's about the culmination and recognizing, you know, how far we've come, and kind of looking at what we've accomplished. So I feel like this is a really good place for you, group number one, in your love life of what's coming up for you. So that was your reading, group number one. If this reading resonated, I would love to hear feedback down below in the comments section. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. I'm going to get on to group number two now. Bye. Hello, group number two. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. This is the White Numen Tarot, and you picked this beautiful tumbled piece of rose quartz. It feels really good in the hand. So we are going to be looking at what is coming up next for you in love, group number two. So I'm going to start off by shuffling the cards here, and we're going to get an overall view of what's coming up for you. All right, so what's coming up next for you in love, group number two? So we are going to look at these. I have 4 cards for you. 5 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 7 of Cups. This is a healing time for you, group number two, in your love life, okay? Over here, we start with the 5 of Cups, and I feel like you're coming out of a mourning period, period of grief in your love life. So I feel like some of you have gone through huge breakups, really like heart-crushing kind of heartbreak in your past with the Five of Cups. You know, I feel like you're coming from a place where you're thinking that things are bleak, they're not worth it. With the Five of Cups, it's like, and it's interesting because in this depiction of the Five of Cups, this woman is pouring out one of her cups. She has some full cups, okay? But she also has spilled cups, and she's so focused on the spilled cups, and she's spilling her own cups, spilling her own emotions, and thinking that she's lacking or that she doesn't have enough. And I feel like that's kind of the period either you are still in or you're kind of coming out of group number 2. So this is a time of healing for you. If we look at this in a very linear way, which is how I'm reading this, with the Four of Swords here, this is a period of rest, recharging, peace. So I think after you come, you know, after you've emerged from this really hopeless place that you've been finding yourself in emotionally, you're going to have this time of peace and relaxation. You're still fighting. Okay, I love that we have these 3 swords up here, but the person is holding a sword. They're ready to fight if they have to. But it is a time of rest, a time of reflection, a time of recharging. Because when we go through something very emotionally hard, I feel like a lot of us don't take the time to heal, take the time to reflect and relax after that, because it's hard. Even though it's something emotional, I feel like it even has a physical effect on us. It causes us pain in all aspects of our life, of stress in all aspects of our life. 8 of Swords. There's going to be a period of trying to break through mental bars and like prisons. The 8 of Swords is all about feeling trapped, feeling like we can't do anything, we can't go anywhere, we can't do what we would truly want to do in our hearts because of mental chains and mental restraints. It's like this person has everything available to them to escape, to leave. The only thing holding them back is their own mental shields and walls they have up. But I love here that at the end we're moving into a 7 of Cups. So you're going to get your dreams back. You're going to start wishing for new relationships and new love, and you're going to look at all of this BS you've been through, and you're going to finally start to look at the good side of it. You're going to emerge out of this looking at, okay, well, I've been out of this, but there are things to hope for. There are things to look forward to. I can have a new and better love life. I can have a connection that I truly want and truly want to manifest in my life. And the underlying energy here on the deck is the Magician, which is all about manifestation and using the tools available to you to create the life that you want. And I feel like that's where you're going to end up here. The underlying energy is the Magician. So that is the thing you need to embody, the thing that you need to embrace is this Magician of, I can do whatever I want in my love life. I can set the rules and the boundaries, and I can truly lay down like what I'm looking for. I'm sorry if the angle changed a little bit, guys. I had to delete some memory on my phone. Anyways, I think that, you know, this isn't really like, this is a time of hibernation, a time of rest. But I feel like when you come out on the other side of it, you will be in this very hopeful place, this optimistic place, this place of dreaming and thinking about different fantasies that you would really like to explore in your love life, right? And I love that we have the Magician here because you have that power. This comes back to the 8 of Swords. You have the power to escape. It's just, when are you going to do it? And I love that in the 4 of Swords, this person is holding the sword to be able to free themselves. It's just, you're always in control, right? You have that capability. You have that option. In all of these cards, you're in control. Even in the Five of Cups, you're in control of how much of this sadness you focus on. You're in the Four of Swords. You have the power. You have the sword here. The Eight of Swords. You're surrounded by swords. You can cut yourself free. Seven of Cups is just really that hoping and wishing. And I just love that the Magician is here, because I feel like that really is the energy of this whole reading for you, is being in charge of your own destiny. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards now for you. Okay, so I've got 3 cards for you. Let's see what they have to say. We have Watchers, transpersonal. We have Relief. And we have Your dreams need a practical plan. So I think it's interesting we have these 2 very different energies here on either side. The Watchers, the transpersonal, is about not acting, okay? It's about stepping back, watching, waiting, absorbing your feelings, thinking about things, okay? I feel like that's why you're in this healing space. You're stepping back, you're looking at everything. You're observing, you're watching, you're not participating, and that's okay, right? You need to do all of that to be able to get to this place where your dreams need a practical plan. They don't need that right now. With Relief, you will be in a place of relief from anguish and pain and all of these things that you've been going through. You will have relief. You will have enough, it'll leave you alone enough that you can rest and relax and really start to enjoy life again, because I feel like there's just been this constant sorrow in your life, but you're going to experience relief. And I think at this point, it is just about being hopeful. You can't get to this practical planning stage until you fully absorb, you fully watch, you step back, you stop engaging. With the Seven of Cups, this is good enough here to start hoping and dreaming and thinking about love again. To think that there's, hope in your love life. And through all of this, eventually you'll be able to put your dreams into a practical plan. You'll be able to, but you have to go through all of this stuff first before you can get to this space. But going through all of this is putting you in the prime position to be able to do this, to be able to take a look at, like I was saying, all of these things that you wish for and want, and laying them out and being able to use that in a practical way in your love life. So you will get there, but eventually, you're going to go through all of this stuff first before you get to this place. So that is what I see for you, group number 2. If this reading resonated, I would love to hear feedback down below in the comment section. Again, if you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them down in the description box in my Etsy. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today, and I'm going to get on to group number 3 now. Hello, group number 3. If you chose this deck, this reading is for you. This is the Bianco Nero Tarot. And you chose this little piece of rose quartz shaped like a moon, which is my favorite. So we are going to, or I'm going to shuffle this deck and get an overall look at your love life. What is upcoming in love for you? Okay, so I have 4 different cards here to look at. So, what's upcoming in love? 3 of Cups, King of Pentacles. Ooh, the High Priestess. And the Nine of Cups. Okay. This is looking really interesting here. Okay. So what's coming up in love for you? So we have the Three of Cups here. Okay. This could be looked at as a third party situation, right? In your love life. I feel like it's more of an independence thing and you partying, okay, and being with your friends, okay? So I feel like those of you who are in a relationship, I see an independent streak, okay? I see things going in a way where you are detaching from this person. Doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could just be you're exploring your own independence here. But I feel like a lot of you aren't in a relationship. And this to me is like going out with your friends, partying, enjoying life, and stumbling upon love in the meantime. King of Pentacles, there's somebody coming up in your life that is just a really good guy, a really good person. They have their shit together. Okay, they're loyal, they're trustworthy, they're financially stable. This is a stable person. Like, it's somebody that would like have their, you know, like a house already or some kind of, they have their own stuff, right? They're not relying on parents or anybody else. They have their own stuff. And I feel like you're in a place in your love life where you're not searching. You're just having a good time and having fun. This is not a connection that's codependent in any way. This is, even through this connection, there's independence here. There's independence. It's really interesting. I see you being represented by the High Priestess here, where you are waiting for somebody to come to you, right? The High Priestess is somebody that people seek out for answers. And I feel like this is you in your love life. You are very much sitting on your throne and you're like, I'm going to wait for people to come to me. Okay. And I feel like that's where you're going to attract this King of Pentacles, because this King of Pentacles is somebody that's the same way. They're independent. They don't normally put themselves out there in love, but for you, I see them approaching you and coming towards you and wanting to connect with you. I feel like you're holding a lot of secrets to yourself, which is actually a good thing here. You're not putting everything out on the table. You're keeping some things private. You're keeping some things to yourself that won't necessarily hurt the relationship, but it's like you're holding on to them to keep yourself interesting, right? You'll reveal these things later on. This person doesn't have to know everything about you right off the bat. And I love that we have the Nine of Cups here, because this is about being emotionally fulfilled. Like, I love that we have these Cups cards here, because the first thing that you're worried about, the first thing that you're doing is thinking about your emotions and how this is affecting your emotions, and you're protecting your emotions. But you're fulfilled. You're emotionally fulfilled. You even without this relationship are happy. Okay? You can go home and just be happy in your own space with your own things, with your own emotions. Like, you've almost, and I've experienced this in the past too, it's like creating an emotional well of happiness within you, so that no matter what you go through, you can always draw from that well. You can draw from that happiness. So I see a lot of independence in your love life, but I feel like it's attracting somebody who's loyal, independent, and trustworthy, stable, all of these things. Underlying energy, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah. You know, you're at a place where you could kind of have your pick of the litter. You could have your pick of who you want to be with. But you are waiting for that to come to you, because you're already emotionally fulfilled. You have your friends. You have people that you're with, that you don't necessarily need a relationship. But that's always, I feel like when you're not looking is when the best relationships come into your life. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you now. All right, so I have 3 cards for you. So let's see what they have to say. We have Netcaster, preparations come to fruition. We have affluence. And we have take time to breathe out. Yeah, this all makes so much sense. You're being rewarded. You're being rewarded. So preparations come to fruition. You have done the necessary work within. You've done the necessary work without. Whatever it is, you've done so much preparation and focusing on yourself that is what's drawing in this beautiful love life for you. Affluence, like that's where you're being rewarded. You're wealthy in all areas of your life, in your love life, everything, because you're being rewarded at this time. Things are being drawn to you. Like I get this magnetic energy, like things are coming into your life in abundant forms. Okay, so that's why take time to breathe out is here, because it's time to relax. It's time to, you've done all the preparing, you've done all the hard work, and that's coming to fruition, right? So it's okay to now relax, to have fun, to party over here with the 3 of Cups, to enjoy all that you've accomplished, all that you've done here. So you can relax and fully enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that is what I see for you, group number 3. If this reading resonated, I would love to hear feedback down below in the comment section. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. If you would like a personal reading from me, I do offer them in my Etsy shop down in the description box. And I want to thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. And I'm going to get on to the outro now. All right, guys, so that is what is coming up in love for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, if you have any questions or would like a certain kind of reading, please leave your suggestions down below in the comments. I'm always looking for new ideas on what to film. And of course, you know, if you have a suggestion, I would go for that first. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm so grateful to be at 200 subscribers. Thank you so much for getting me there. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.